We've all heard the hype about the metaverse, right? This grand, interconnected digital universe. But what if I told you the way it's being built right now is, well, fundamentally flawed? Stick with me, because today we're going to look at a totally different blueprint, one that uses the power of Bitcoin to build a metaverse where you actually own your digital life, for real. So here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at the big promise of the metaverse versus the messy reality we have today. Then, we'll get into the incredible tech that could fix it all, Bitcoin Ordinals. We'll even check out something called one-sat Ordinals and a tool, 3D Ordi, that lets you get your hands dirty. And finally, we'll tie it all together to see what a truly open metaverse looks like. Let's jump in. All right, first up, the metaverse promise and problem. You know, that big sci-fi dream versus what we actually have right now, which is kind of disconnected. So what went wrong? Okay, so this quote from Matthew Ball really nails the vision. And the magic word in there is interoperable. I mean, what does that even mean? Well, think of it like this. You buy a cool t-shirt, right? You can wear it to the store, to a concert, wherever you want. It's yours. That's what the metaverse is supposed to be like. Your unique avatar, that car you spend hours customizing, you should be able to take it from one virtual world to another seamlessly because it belongs to you. But yeah, that is absolutely not what's happening. Instead of one big open world, what we have is more like a bunch of tiny, isolated islands. A 2023 report found there were over 240 different metaverse initiatives. 240! And pretty much none of them talk to each other. It's a total mess. And this whole situation creates some massive headaches. For one, there's no real interoperability. Your stuff is stuck in one place. Big companies are building what we call walled gardens, which are basically digital prisons designed to keep you and your money locked inside. It's also crazy expensive and complicated for independent creators to build anything. So it's really no surprise that a whopping 87% of people are worried about privacy and security. The whole system feels rigged against the user. Okay, so how do we fix this? How do we tear down those walls and actually build the open world we were promised? Well, what if we stopped trying to build on shaky ground? What if we built the entire metaverse on a foundation that's already universal, super secure, and belongs to no one? What we really need is a single public source of truth for all digital assets, a base layer that everyone can trust and anyone can build on. And you know what? We already have one. It's called the Bitcoin blockchain. So you're probably wondering, how in the world does that actually work? Well, get ready, because this is where it gets really, really cool. We're diving into Bitcoin Ordinals, the atomic building blocks for a permanent digital world. It all starts with the smallest possible piece of Bitcoin, called a satoshi, or a sat for short. To give you an idea of just how tiny it is, there are 100 million sats in just one Bitcoin. It's like the individual atom of the Bitcoin universe. Okay, now here's the magic trick. A concept called ordinal theory came along, and it figured out a way to give every single one of those sats its own unique serial number, based on the order it was mined. All of a sudden, they're not just interchangeable little units of money anymore. Each satoshi becomes a unique, trackable object. It's like it has its own digital DNA. And because each sat is now unique, we can do something amazing. We can attach data to it. This is called inscribing. You are literally embedding data, an image, some text, even a whole 3D model directly onto that specific satoshi. And just like that, you've created a digital artifact that's permanent and lives forever on the Bitcoin blockchain itself. Now, this is a huge deal, and it's totally different from how most NFTs work. A lot of traditional NFTs are just a link. The link is on the blockchain, but the actual file, the artwork, is stored on some company's server somewhere. If that server goes down, poof, your NFT could suddenly point to nothing. But with a Bitcoin ordinal, the data is on the satoshi. It's not a link, it's the real deal, fully on-chain. It's immutable. It's yours, forever. Okay, so ordinals are clearly a game changer for digital permanence. But can they really power a massive global metaverse? That's a fair question. And the answer might just be in the next evolution, one-sat ordinals. And the difference here is, well, it's night and day. Trying to inscribe big files on the BTC network can be slow and super expensive because of its tiny block size limit. The analogy is perfect. It's like trying to fit a movie onto a floppy disk. It just doesn't work. But one-sat ordinals are built on BSV, which has an unbounded block size. That means there's basically no limit to the data. You can inscribe huge, complex 3D assets quickly and for fractions of a cent. It's built for massive scale. So what does this give us? You've got massive scale, crazy low costs that make creation accessible to literally anyone, and the flexibility to inscribe any kind of file you can imagine, even little mini games. Plus, the protocol is designed to be super simple for developers to actually build with. This is the kind of stuff a real open metaverse is made of.
All right, this is all great in theory, but how does an everyday person actually use this stuff? You can't expect everyone to be a blockchain developer, right? This is where we get practical and talk about a tool called 3D Ordi.
So say hello to 3D Ordinal. It's a super user-friendly app, and it even has this cool little mascot, Doherty. But the main point is it takes all that powerful one-sat ordinal technology and puts it right in your hands. It's designed to make on-chain creation totally frictionless. And it really is that simple. It boils down to 3 steps. First, you create. You can even use AI to turn a 2D picture into a 3D model, which is wild. Second, you inscribe. You just upload your file to the app, and it handles putting it on the blockchain as a one-sat ordinal. And third, you own. That's it. Your creation is now a permanent digital artifact that belongs to you, ready for any open metaverse that supports it.
And this isn't just a concept. People are already using it. A digital artist named Kuro said, quote, "It's fast, making it a seamless experience. I also like the mobile compatibility. When actual creators are saying it's easy and it just works, you know you're onto something big."
Okay, let's bring this all home. Remember all those problems we talked about at the beginning? The walled gardens, the lack of ownership, the high costs? Let's see how this new foundation actually solves them, one by one. It lines up pretty perfectly, doesn't it? The problem was no interoperability. The solution is a single, universal ledger where assets can just live. The problem was walled gardens. The solution is true user ownership in your own wallet, not on some company server. The barrier to entry was too high. Now, with frictionless tools and low costs, anyone can be a creator. And those security concerns? Well, everything is secured by the most battle-tested blockchain network in the world. What this all adds up to is a world where your digital stuff, your identity, your assets, your creations can move with you, freely, across any virtual space you go. It's a fundamental shift in how we think about owning things on the internet. So, the dream of a truly open metaverse isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy anymore. The foundation is laid. The tools are literally here, right now. The only question left is, what are you going to create?